Hi everybody, my name's Chloe and I wanted to share with you something that I have recently learned on a network marketing summit. And I'm going to share the link of all the replays with you so you can access any of them at your own time. And this particular method has changed my life. It's made everything so much more simple. It has made everything feel so much more effortless and like it's just flowing on its own, and it's so cool. And that is called the ATM method. So add, tag, and message. It's really, really simple. I've found I've been in the business for 1.5 years, and this is the only method that has felt so effortless. I've found that I haven't had one no yet to this method. And I think it's because it's just a really quick, simple way to get people the information, because I've found there's not a lot of people that want to take the time to watch a presentation or to watch a 5-minute video. But if you can do add, tag, and message, it makes it really simple. So what I mean is I am going to share my screen. Okay, and I'm going to show you what I do. How do I do this? Okay. So if you're on Facebook, so I go into Biohacking Global Success Stories. It's very, very active. For you people in the USA, we have a lot of US people in here now. So feel free to get somebody who's already a member to add you in, and you can start adding your people in, because we are so diverse with countries. The product information is quite relevant now for everybody. So for example, I will add somebody in here. I'll add them before I ask their permission. Now, this is actually the really important part, because it kind of goes against what we've been told. And there's a really specific reason for this. So say you write down a list of 10 people a day was my goal for a whole month. I've now done, I think, 6 weeks straight of 10 people a day, but that's 5 days a week. So I only do it 5 days a week. And once I invite them, then I send them a voice message. And I say, for example, hey Maria, voice message. Hey Maria, it's Chloe. Really been thinking about you a lot. I know that you've been struggling with eczema lately, and I wanted to share some information with you about your eczema. I hope it's okay. I've invited you into my Facebook community, not group, community. I've invited you into my Facebook group so I can tag you in a few things that could help you. I hope it's okay. Let me know when you're in there and I'll tag you in some stuff. And then at the end of the message, then I say, just feel free to be a fly on the wall and check things out. There's absolutely no pressure. If you like it, awesome. If you don't, that's fine too. And that's it. So the reason that we say it like that is it's almost like you've done them a favor by inviting them. So it's like, based on whatever issue's been going on, or maybe you don't know what's going on, but you know that they like healthcare, or they invest, you know them, that they like their health or whatever. You can just use it for that. Start with that, why you added them in. Then they sort of feel like, that you really have done them a favor. And I've found every single person that I have sent that to, either they haven't seen the message or they haven't responded, but I have never got a no. I've only received the other two, or, oh my gosh, that was so nice of you to think of me. Thank you so much. I'm really excited to see, like what you're talking about. Then now Facebook's better. It actually notifies you when they accept your invite. So then I go in to the announcements when I get notified that they're in, and I tag them in the ABC post, because we have the ABC report in here. Right? So what is this little yellow pill? So I tag them in here. You'll see there is a lot of comments in here of, so for example, all of the people that I tag, I'm like, welcome. You can use the search bar in this group to look up anything. So whether that's recovery, athlete, asthma, arthritis, or whatever. And that's in the ABC videos. So that's their first touch video, is the ABC. And then I also tag them in the, oh goodness, am I really going through all that? Oh yeah. And then I tag them in the Nerf 1 post. So they're the first two things I tag them in. And then straight away, I'll tag them in any relevant posts according to what's going on for them. So I'll tag them in an oxidative stress post. So I'll always look up in the search bar the oxidative stress. I will tag them in, if they're interested in skin stuff, I'll tag them in that. And then I just tag them in something every single week for at least the first month. I always keep a list in my book. I have one book with every single person I've spoken to in the last year and a half. And I always keep a list of who I've invited, who has accepted, who I've tagged, and on what day. And then every week I go back into the group and I re-tag them in relevant information. And then maybe after a couple of weeks, I'll reach out to them and ask how they've been liking what I've been tagging them in. Is there anything specific going on with their health or their body or their family that they'd like to get some more information on, just so I can tag them in more specific information? And that works really well. Some people will reach out to me on their own and say, oh my gosh, this stuff you've been tagging me in is so awesome. I need to get some, like, how do I get it? I think I had 5 or 8 people last month come to me on their own saying, do you think this would work for my dad who has this, or my auntie who has this, or how do I get on this stuff? I had 3 distributors just from tagging them in, doing the ATM method to them. And now they're instantly doing the same thing. Even before they became distributors, they were adding in their friends and they were tagging them in information because it was so easy and it was something that I was doing to them. And I think that that has been such a simple method for people because it takes a lot less effort. But the number one reason why the ATM method worked so well was it was an incubation period. So you do the tagging a couple of times, and then because they've engaged with what you've sent them or tagged them in, they're going to start seeing it pop in their news feed every time a post comes up. So then they're going to start noticing more and more and more of all of these different posts coming up, and then they might start doing their own research. So then it kind of takes it off of you and the group is doing the work for you. So you know how sometimes they say between 7 and 11 impressions before somebody buys. That's all happening without you having to do it first. And I think that that is one of the reasons why it works so well. And that's why I wanted to share that with you. So I'm going to write it down and Maria's going to share it with you exactly how it works. And if you'd like to watch the replay of any of the Network Marketing Summit videos that I attended, and the specific one around the ATM method is in there as well. And I hope you enjoy, because it's really changed my business, and the growth that I've had has been purely down to this one method, and it's just made my life so much easier.
So, really awesome questions. So first of all, if I don't know the person, I always try and have at least 3 separate conversations with them before I invite them. That was just one of the things that I learned on the Pro Network Marketing Summit that I've been going on. Although I haven't been notified of it the last week and the week before, so I don't know if it's finished. But I have a replay that I need to watch. So yeah, if you haven't spoken to them and they're really new, make sure you have at least 2 or 3 conversations with them and really get to know them, because then you have a basis on, like, once you've invited them into the group, you can be like, so I've been chatting to another friend that has the same name as you, and I went to invite them into one of my communities and your name popped up, so I was thinking of you and I thought this might resonate, or, you know, whatever we've been talking about, I was just thinking of you, blah, blah, blah. And it gives you basis to invite them off, and it feels more like, wow, that was a really, like, nice thing of you to do. But if it's someone that you don't know yet, I feel like it's not received quite the same. But anyone who doesn't follow up or, like, doesn't respond to me, one of the techniques that we were taught, which is so smart, I can't remember who taught it. Maybe it was just one of the elites in our power hour, was to go to everyone who has not responded and to change the color of the chat. So if you click into the chat, you can... Oh, oh, Success Mastery, it's Saturday. I totally forgot about that. Okay, I'm going to have to watch that tomorrow. So you can change the color of the messenger chat, and they get notified when the color changes. And I've had 3 people respond purely just from doing that, saying, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry I haven't got back to you, blah, blah, blah. And then I had 1 or 2 people order after that when they hadn't been responding to me for ages. So changing the color of the chat, or just be a nice human, and rather than focus on like getting them to respond about what you asked for, just send them a message and say, hey, how's it going? What you been up to? How's your weekend? That's it. Because it gets the conversation started, and they might actually respond to the original message in the first place. So those were 2 really awesome ways to do it for people who either ignore or don't respond. And then I keep a list of everyone I ever invite into the group. So I will go back through the people who I've written that I've invited, and then I'll go back and check if they're still pending, and then I'll go back through and just remind them did you ever see the invite? I tried to tag you in something and it wouldn't let me, so I wasn't sure if it worked. So I say that's really, really helpful. And you did say something else about how I tag people once a week. Yeah, so it's funny because one of Danielle's customers has been ordering more because I've been tagging her, not Danielle. I've been tagging her. That was the one you said Danielle had a new customer, but it wasn't. It was just the same customer who signed up again with her name for some reason. So I have a list, like I was saying, of all the people. Every single time I tag someone, I write their name down and what I tagged them in. And then maybe I try and tag the same people bulk multiple times a week for the first month. And then I'll start slowing down on it, because then once they start seeing all of the tags, then they're going to start getting drip fed more from the group. And then I'll follow up with them after a month or so, or maybe 2 months, how have you been liking what I've been tagging you in? And then I'll start re-tagging everybody all over again that I have invited. I highlight everyone who accepts my request, and then it's easy for me to find out who I need to tag again. I feel like it works so well.